So what are we going to do with the weird hatch back here? Well, let's do this. Let's make it like a sort of like a double hatch. Turn off occlude or turn on occlude, and just select these faces and turn that back on so I don't forget, or back off. Okay, and I'm going to turn off clipping, and what this is going to do is it's going to allow me to extrude this kind of individually so it doesn't clip to the mirror. So I'm going to extrude and scale, and I'm just going to go out just a little bit, and you'll see why here in a second, hopefully. And I'm going to extrude in some more. So you can see I've kind of created this double type of area here. And once you've done that, and you've got your middle line here that wasn't clipping, then you can go back and turn clipping on if you want to. So what more can I do with this area? I mean, it looks almost like it could be another viewport area, a rear viewport area. And it's actually probably not a bad idea. So what can we do for the entrance and exit to the ship? I think what I will do is, after I apply the mirror, I'm going to create a door so that there's one door. That way you don't have everything symmetrical on the ship, and it gives it a little bit more of a unique value to it. So let's go ahead and apply the mirror, unless you want to do some more paneling and things that you want to have on both sides. But right now I'm going to go ahead and apply the mirror. So you can see that looks a lot nicer there. And if you do some work on the ship and you realize that, oh man, I did want another panel there and I want it on both sides and I don't want to do it twice, you can always go back in and just redo your mirror. Just select all the things on the one side, delete them, and just bring your modifier back in. It's not a big deal. Now, it will be a big deal if I create, I apply my mirror and then I create my doorway or my hatch that I only want to be on one side. And then I have to redo my mirror, and then it's gonna, make the two hatches, and that won't be what I want. But anyway, so I've got the mirror selected, and let's just see what this is rendering out as. Alt Control 0 GZZ. Here we go. Okay, not bad. These engines really look weird. I think I'm going to do some work on them, change them around a little bit, and then we'll come back and do a little bit of, well, probably do the hatch next. Okay, I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fix these engines because they're bothering the heck out of me, and it'll be a good exercise in creating unwanted geometry. Let's call it that. So Control up arrow, go to full screen. I'm going to select this engine here, go into edit mode, and I'm going to B-box select all these edges here. Turn off occlude there. Okay. And I don't want to get rid of my geometry in the middle, so I'm going to C, middle mouse select, or deselect all that. Okay, and just hit X faces to delete. So now it kind of looks like that, and we're left with this empty edge out here. Go back to vertex mode, and I'm just gonna Alt select these outer edges here. And I think what I'll do is E extrude and then just move them inward. And you kind of use your mirror reference, you can kind of see how it's going to look a little bit better. S to scale it down. And I'm just thinking that I might want to do something here in the middle, but I can do that later after I do this front part. So E to extrude again, and E to extrude, and I'm just going to scale it in. Okay, and let me turn on occlude again here so I can see what I'm doing. Control R, add an edge loop in here. Give it some definition. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. So what you can do now is, if you want to, you can add another seam in here and add some more detail or whatever you want to do. But it's a little bit more plain looking, but I think it's a little bit better looking than what we had. So now, tab back into object mode. Yeah, I'm going to work on the hatch, and I've decided that I want to put it in this kind of bottom area here. So what I'm going to do is go select our faces, select these two faces here, and I'm going to extrude and scale down to about right there. And I'm going to go into vertex mode. And here's another kind of tool that you can use if you're not used to using. See how these edges there's kind of an angle to it. I don't really want that much angle there, so you can just grab this and G and move it around, but you're not going to move it around on the correct axis. So if you do I think it's Shift V, you'll notice that these edges highlight as you move the mouse around. I want to move it along this axis. So this is how you can move a vertex along an axis. Select that, and then you can move it back and forth like that. And I just want it kind of almost straight there. And I really want to do it with this one too, so Shift V. And just something like that. Okay, so again, I'm going to select these two faces. E to extrude. Extrude inward a little bit. E to extrude. Extrude inward quite a bit. E to extrude. And now I'm going to come in really close here. So I just want to scale it a little bit. And I just did another E to extrude there. And I'm going to extrude it back outward. Kind of hard to tell where to stop there, but I think I got it. Yeah, I got it way too far out. Need to kind of be in a different view here to see that. Undo that, and let's try this again. Yep. Yeah, it's okay if it sticks out a little bit there. Okay. So that's kind of the hatch, but as hatches go, you need a way to get in. And if you want to, you can do a little bit of a further design to the hatch. I mean, you can give it a porthole or whatever. I'm not going to do that at this point. But I do want to give it kind of like something that's apparent that it is a hatch. I mean, right now it could be just like another compartment or something. So I'm going to create a little turn wheel thing to put on it.